TitleMatchNetwork.com.
You also teamed up with Samu early on in your career too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What was it like teaming up with Sam?
Man, it was great. It was crazy. It was fun. It was sad sometimes.
Huh.
You know, when you're on the road, me and what I call him Big Sam. Me and Big Sam, he's been a big part of my career. Basically, you know, he came into the business before I did, and being that his father's Afa, you know, he kind of gets that more to, he's around him every day. And I've learned so much, a lot of psychology from Sam. I learned how to kind of carry myself in the business, open up my eyes and open my ears and keep my mouth shut at certain things. And it's just, he kind of taught me the ropes.
Right.
All these years being together with him on the road.
So you pretty much found it helpful that he was, you know, a vet, and you were lucky to team with him then.
Oh, most definitely. I was very, very grateful and very honored to be teamed with my cousin.
Did you and Sam ever argue over matches, like finishes and stuff? Or?
Oh, many times, man. If any tag team tell you that they don't, they're lying. That's what they do. Well, we argue because sometimes I would think my idea is better. He would think his idea is better, and you know, most of the time Sammy's would be better.
Right.
You know, he's a veteran and so forth. But I would always try to test my idea, you know. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, Sammy, we always done what Sammy wants because it was better.
You also, how big was it for you to get the tag belts? Was that a good thing for you?
Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, you know, in this business, all the belts that you do win or you accomplish, it's all recognition. You know what I mean? And you come, even though we know it's a work in this business, and it's all, you know, written to who gets it at a certain time. But I believe we earned that. You know what I mean? At the time, our work was good enough to be able to represent WWF champions. You know, and I think those belts, that they're not just kind of thrown on just anybody. You know what I mean? They're thrown on people that the company see fits that's good to represent the tag team belt, the heavyweight belt, the cruiser belt. So, you know, I was very honored and happy when me and my cousin Sammy won the belts for the Quebecers.
What was it like to work with those guys, Mountie?
I felt sorry for not Jacques, but his poor partner.
Raymond?
He did all the work. He was the workhorse of the crew, and you know, Jacques would work when he wanted to work. You know, but it was those guys. There were no brawlers. There were no ring technician. You know, so it was basically all gimmick. It was a night off. You know,
right.
A night off.
What was the reason you guys wound up dropping the belts to Shawn and Diesel pretty much out of nowhere?
I think we got into. I'm not sure. I think we got into some kind of heat with the office. I think it was not wanting to do something, agreed to something what they wanted to do on TV or something like that.
Right.
I can't really remember exactly what it was, but it had to do with us not agreeing to doing something what they wanted us to do for TV taping.
You also got to work with the Smoking Guns. What are some of your memories of working with those guys?
Oh my goodness. The memory we have of those guys are a bunch of green dudes coming in, scared off their asses, working with a bunch of, you know, wild Samoans. We ribbed them so bad, and we don't rib too much. Their first appearance in Madison Square Garden. All right, here you go. You got the exclusive right now. First appearance in Madison Square Garden, Bart Guns and Billy Gunn comes out. We talk to them. You guys got to be fired up. This is where you go make a name for yourself. If you don't make a name for yourself in the business here in Madison Square Garden, you're not going to make it anywhere else. So these guys are all, you know, they listen to us and they do whatever we want. By the time we got out there, we came out and they would usually, in every house show, they would pull out their guns and they would start shooting. And when they start shooting, these were capped guns. So me and Sammy come out there one night, it's Madison Square Garden, they were fired up. They pull their gun out, they start shooting their guns up, and me and Sammy, we usually sell. We didn't sell that night. We just stood there and we both wrote an S on top of our chest for Superman. You should have seen these poor guys' faces. Their poor faces just went from this to like, we're done. We're done. We even start our match. So That was one of the ribs that all-time ribs that we done with the smoking guns. I never remember, but good workers. Billy Gunn, I think if Bart would have stuck in the business, he would have been good too. But Billy is one of the best workers in the business, I think, today, but not given the opportunity.
Memories of working with the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon.
Typhoon, they were easy, man. You know, they were one of the biggest guys we've ever worked with, but the softest guys. You know, both of them were so humble. And it's funny because when we do work, we're already talking about the restaurants where they have the best food to go eat after.
That's great. What about high energy?
High energy, Owen Hart. They were good. We knew we had our, you know, when guys come to the locker room, dressing room, they're always looking on the sheet that they have up. And every time we come, we see we work natural disaster. Okay, we got that off. This is the same area that high energy was there.
Right.
We come the next time, oh, we're working at high energy. So then we kind of want to kick ourselves in the butt because we know we got to work tonight. You know, we shouldn't have went out last night. We should have slept if we knew we were going to work against this guy because you guys know Owen Hart. He's a machine. You know, at the time he was Coco Beware, he wasn't nothing to play with either. You know, they were just, their style of wrestling and our style of wrestling was just totally different. So we kind of had to try to adapt to theirs at the same time, try to, you know, slow the match down by brawling. So that's when we got blew up. We brawl.
I guess why do you guys, when you guys came back as the new Headshrinkers, you guys didn't get a big push at first? Do you know why that was, or?
The new Headshrinkers was, I guess it was me and Shawn.
Right.
Yeah. From the start, you know, once you see the originals, it's very hard to duplicate something. And I think they were hoping that when because me and Sammy was a team.
Right.
Once Sammy got out to scene and they put me and Shawn together, I think the office was hoping that we were able to bring that same type of vibe to the ring, where I don't think it clicked that well like that. You know, Barbarian was, I guess his style was kind of different from mine's. You know, we kind of didn't know each other well in ring like how I do Sammy. And once you try to cover up something like that, you can see it in your work.
Right.
And I think it was an office decision that kind of put that on the back burner.
Whose idea was it for your uncle to get into the mix in the very beginning when you first went up there?
My uncle's, which I was happy about, you know what I mean? Because more of the business end kind of laid on his shoulders.
Right.
And all we did, we just did the work, you know, and it was a lot easier having the whole family around, Afa and Samu, and then at the time with Yoko. The road was so much more fun. Man.
I was going to ask you, how valuable was it to have everybody around?
You know what? It was so much easier. In my whole career, I can honestly say that was a time of my life when my whole family was on the road with us. Because we were never home, man. We were always on the road 200-something days out the year. So when you had these guys that are your real family around you, you know, you feel comfortable. You know, that you start to find new guys, though, your new family members on the road. Because there's certain guys who you can hang around with. There's other certain guys who you just want to strangle their ass.
Right.
You know.
What, anybody in particular that you wanted to strangle back then?
Brian Christopher. No, that's my old boy, man. No, we pretty much got along with. I mean, I don't kind of have too many enemies.
Right.
You know what I mean? The road is hard enough, and my thing is, you might as well try to get along with everybody, you know, until they cross that line.
Whose idea was to add Captain Lou Albano to the mix?
Well, I'd have to say it was the office. You know, again, it's one of those things that all of a sudden, you know, they felt it would be good for the gimmick because you know, Captain used to be with the Wild Samoans, and of course the Wild Samoan Alpha is our manager, so I guess they were trying to tie that in, but that didn't last too long.
Do you think he was too old at the time?
Yeah, I think Captain was captain. You know what I mean? he couldn't do the things that he used to do. You know what I mean? His lines were kind of getting played. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Everybody knows Captain. Captain hit you with the same lines over and over. So it was crazy.
How did you wind up teaming with Haku?
The office.
Right.
I showed up to the arena and he was there. You know, I just watched him on the WCW.
Huh.
And all of a sudden, I came and he was there. And next thing you know, they came and said that we were going to team us up, and we worked against Taker and Kane.
Right.
You know, which that didn't last too long. We were at that time when they started bouncing me around with, with kind of different people like that. I kind of knew that, you know what I mean, that here it comes now. The signs of your time is up.
Right. Where did you think the team with you and Haku could have gone if you never missed any time? Do you think you guys would have got a huge push, or?
No.
No, just a...
No, I think we were just there feeling.
Gotcha.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.